gonna try to segue all those things into that regarding
At
the
school, they knew what fraternities you were in. I mean,
Definitely wasn't an easy decision. I sat down with my dad.
Welcome to another episode of I Am the Change podcast, brought to you by DTR Incorporated, a nonprofit organization geared toward uplifting, inspiring, and empowering communities all over the world. I am your host, Michael Davis, alongside the lovely Miss Sharice Lovett and Mr. Jason Redmond. Let's go.
All right, Sharice, introduce our guest for today.
So I am excited to have this person on today. This is Jim Savage. And
Jim,
how y'all doing?
And so he's in the podcast world just like we are. So it's good to have like-minded but different type of platforms sort of to come together. So, I'm really excited about our conversation today. So I'm going to let him tell us a little bit about himself, and we about to just hit this ground running.
Oh, you want to know a little bit about me, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
you got a podcast voice too, Jim.
Thank you very much. Well, Jim Savage. I started this podcast for men to be heard, to be understood, and just the way that my perspective. The way I see it. You know what I mean? Like I live a certain life.
Mm-hmm.
I see how other people bring forth their way of men being on social media and speaking out on their podcast. But I'm a little ratchet with it. Not really ratchet, but more savage with it.
I see.
Just like the words of men that want to say things that nobody ever says. You know what I mean? And
give us an example.
Cursing, not holding any punches.
At all.
Yeah. I think curse words now like exclamation points in the sentence.
Huh?
I think curse words are like exclamation points in the sentence.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it has so much meaning to it.
Yeah, it drives home the point you're trying to make.
It's like dropping a mic.
Hey. Exactly.
Yeah. The people that I chose to be on my podcast are fellas that I kind of grew up with when I moved to a certain town.
Mm-hmm.
So they know me a lot more than any other people would. So I'd rather go on with a situation or ask questions to people that know where I'm coming from, because sometimes I see in this the social media area where you can ask a certain person that doesn't know you, and then they'll take it a certain way because they don't know you.
Right.
And all I'm about is getting the message through. You know what I mean? Right. So if I'm asking them and they know how I am, they're going to answer it a certain way. And the whole point is just to get the message through. And I just want to get the message through for growth, for everybody, for men and women, and friendships and all that type of stuff.
I can dig it. So basically, on your podcast, you want to bring the elements of your background into the podcast and project that. Because I think young men today are a little different. Like I look at how these young dudes dress, and I don't like all the fashion that they come out with. Yeah.
I don't like anything they're coming out with right now. You know what I mean? Like, and it started off with just the sagging of the pants, and just being born in the generation I've been born in. I'm an '82 baby.
Happy belated birthday!
Thank you very much.
Yeah, happy birthday! You just turned 40 out here.
Indeed.
All right.
I'm just turning 40. I'm just like I feel it. I feel all of 40 right now. I don't even know what 40 is supposed to feel like, but I think I feel it.
No, listen, before you finish. Yeah. So I was told, because I turned 40 a few weeks before you. So I was told that it's something about the day of your 40th birthday, like perspectives change. It was the craziest thing. And I'm just like, wow.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true to the point of, where I work at night.
Yes.
On a Saturday. I couldn't smile. I couldn't even smile. Like I'm looking at all the situations going on, and I was so disappointed and upset just for Black people, and just seeing how my age and above are acting, and I'm just like, wow.
Right.
And earlier I would have been like, you do what you want, you know what I mean? And it just hit me, and it just hurts. It just hurts, really. It just needs to be much more.
So, like, give me one of the perspectives that changed. Like, Sharice, you talked about a perspective change. Like, what perspective for you changed when you hit 40?
So for me, I think it was like this. You know how you may tolerate some things, like what he's just saying, but like right now, it's just like I'm not tolerating the BS. Like I'm not doing it. I don't know why it took into my birthday for that light switch to like really come on, but it's just like some of the things that were okay 24 hours ago, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not doing it. And so I saw this thing on Facebook that said, just because I don't speak to you doesn't mean that we're beefing. It just means I'm changing. And that's how I'm having to approach things. It's not like I have a beef with you. It's just that you're not lining up with where I want to go or what I want to do.
Facts.
Yeah. So Jim, give me one of the things that changed, one of your perspectives since you just turned 40. Tell me one of the things that's changed for you.
Well, I will give you a perfect example from last night.
All right.
People dancing. To me, the twerking is ridiculous. But see a 50-year-old woman twerking on the floor, shake that right there. Like you said, 24 hours ago, I'd have been like, you're doing your thing. Yeah. But I don't know what it is about turning 40. I'm looking at it like, what are you doing? Like, what is the point? What is the purpose? You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching a 50-year-old woman twerk and showing her assets all over the floor to grown people in the club.
Yeah.
And all I can think about is my kids.
Somebody's grandma.
Yeah, my kids. And like you're supposed to look up to your grandmother, your mother, your father, the elders. We're like, and that's when I sit there and say, like, this is the reason why the younger generation is not respecting our elders, which should be a given.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? Because y'all doing stuff like this.
We're kind of doing what they do.
We're just looking at it. And then we respond the way we respond. Some people look at it as disgust. Some people just follow you. And some people go on with whatever they're doing. But it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Yeah. And to me, like I care, but I care less any other race, to be honest with you. But we're at the bottom of the we're at the bottom right now. So for us to do it, it means so much more.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like we gotta look like we need some class, man. We need to do better. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, because I have my own style of bringing forth or whatever I bring forth, but we need something, man. We need to change somewhere, somehow. And
it needs to happen quickly.
So I think the biggest thing that goes on within our community is, like you said, a 50-year-old out here, like now I'm 50. So if I saw that lady out here twerking, I'm looking at her like, Grandma, you don't need to be twerking because you ain't twerk ready. And I'm body biasing. I'm like, hey, it's you don't, okay. But I think a lot of times, man, like when we get out here, we got to look at the bigger picture. We as a community, we don't build from within. Like I can remember being younger and getting in trouble and being in my grandmother's house. When I got in trouble at my grandmother's house, it wasn't a long walk home, but it was like by the time I got home, it was like, yo, she knew. And it wasn't because some of my siblings told, it was because the people that were in the neighborhood said, hey, that's Cora's grandson. Call Miss Cora, let her know what her grandson's doing. So by the time I got to the crib, it was like, hey, you was over there showing your tail, huh? I'm like, what? So, but I think nowadays it's a situation of, oh, you can't tell me, don't discipline my kid. You can't tell me to do with my youngin.
Right.
And I'm like, you can't say that, because if we're looking out for the best interest of your child, but you get mad at us for correcting that youngin, then how are you helping? How are we helping you?
Right.
Yeah. So that's just my perspective.
I was just actually on my podcast today talking about the same thing, and it's the name of the show was is Our World Upside Down.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I brought up was the parenting in the home.
Or the lack thereof.
The lack of yep, same thing. And what my boys were my men were discussing were that it's the community. We used to have a community, and my boys, I keep saying boys, my men.
Yeah, you call me boys.
Their aunts, their grandmothers, who all held everything accountable. Like, you see someone acting up in the street, your mother already knew before you got to the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you couldn't do anything wrong. You did something wrong, but if you did, like, there was consequences, and everybody knew. And when you go home, your mother knew. There was nothing hidden or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the way we kept the community safe and on point. Now it's like, oh, that kid's acting up. Take your phone out and let's watch him act up, and don't say nothing about it.
Yeah, don't correct.
Put it on social media like, oh, we got somebody acting up, and nobody's held accountable. Things go wrong, you know. Even with shootings, and like, everybody wants to record it to get some fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
saying, like, stop this madness. That's what it's about. To stop it.
So
I don't understand it. It's
so go ahead. So with your show, so I know from conversation that we've had, how you started out with the podcast. Well, what made you say, I want to do this? Your original, because I know you're branching off to show different sides of you. So your original sit down idea, you said, you know.
Well, I would be very honest and transparent with this one. This podcast thing is truly therapy for me.
Okay.
I'm treating it like therapy because I'm kind of like an introvert. You know what I mean? Like, I can be a social person because I know how to be, but to be honest with you, I don't want to be.
You don't, which I find very interesting in the line of work.
It's hard to talk to people because it's hard to explain stuff when nobody understands you. You know what I mean? So I stay quiet and I stay alone and stay to myself. But when I'm doing it this way, I can be free with it. And then it's my podcast.
Right.
So I can bring all different parts of who I am without somebody stopping it and stomping on, or, you know what I mean? Like, you're not right. I could do it my way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to do this for me and for people also. And also just to the people that I care about, bring them up, because we all went through the same things, you know, bring them up and bring them out there to get their point across, and just to see the reaction between everybody that in my circle, to see how we relate, to show people that you can all get along, you all have disagreements, and we all have the same problems. All we need to do is just communicate.
Right.
I agree.
To be honest with you,
I agree.
Not the only thing. Communication is the key to mostly everything.
Oh man, most definitely. I truly believe that a lot of stuff happens because people don't talk to each other. Like you as you grow, one of the things as you grow up, like you have friends and y'all have experiences, but you all talk. And as you get older, say like you leave high school, somebody goes to college, somebody goes to work, somebody might go to the military. So now you have different experiences. But if you don't come back together and talk about what you experienced, you start to grow apart. And now that wedge becomes that wedge will come in at, well, he must think he's better than us because he went to college. College boy think he's better than us. Or the person went and got a job, the college guy might be like, shoot, he think he better than us because he got a job making, you know, X amount of dollars a year. Or the military guy, you know, he gets to go fly all over the world. So I think that those components, if we don't come back together and talk about it, and then talk about our experiences, and then think about how we can help one another through those through our moments. Like the college guys don't need that guy that went to work to get a job eventually.
Right.
True, but I also think that's a form of insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Because without even communication, if you see a friend of yours doing good, doing better than you're doing right now, it should be a praise.
Should
you know
be.
what I'm saying? And it should be also something to look at for you to do better.
Yeah.
You strive towards.
Strive, something to strive for. Because, for example, I did an interview with my cousin. He's doing so well. And it wasn't jealousy or envy or anything like that. I even told him, I said, listen, you are the person, and I had to acknowledge it. You're the person that I'm like one of the people I'm looking up to. And he's younger than me. I'm looking up to because like you're doing your thing. We both came from the same mud. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you went your way, I went mine. I had differences. You had your thing. But I'm still looking up to you to a point where I like the work that you're doing, what you're doing, and it's motivating me to want to do better. Like the reason why I'm also out here being outspoken on the podcast is a reason because of him also. You know what I mean? Because I want to do more. I want to put out there, you know what I mean? And he doesn't put himself out there on social media, but he's putting himself out there in the community.
Right.
Okay.
And my contribution is social media. So we're both working together in some way, just different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Use different medias. Yeah.
Right. So I see it as I'm not going to be insecure because you're doing better. I'm going to be positive and do better because you're doing better because you're part of me. You know what I mean? And a lot of people need to check themselves before they go further, to be honest with you, because they're going to ruin other people's lives.
Right.
They need to check themselves first.
Yeah. And I think that I agree with you. If we're talking and we're understanding each other, like, hey, I'm not competing with you. Like you have a podcast, like I'm not, like our podcast isn't in competition with your podcast. If we can help your podcast grow, or you can help ours grow, like that's, to me, that's the benefit. Like I don't want to succeed and you fail, me taking your shine away. I want to succeed and I want to see you succeed, because now when we go to Tahiti, or we go to the islands, I want to be able to say, hey man, Savage is doing this thing on that podcast. Oh, you know Savage? Oh yeah, man. Hey man,
I want to be in Tahiti with you.
right. That's right. Man, let's go. Yeah. Right. I'd be like, my man Savage right there is doing big things.
Man, I'm all about growing other people. I'm never envious or jealous of anybody. It's about community, man. The community is, you never see a person down, you pick them up and you help them out. You know what I mean? Because even if they're down, they have something that you don't have, and they can help you with it. You can make them a better person. You can make them a better person. And for you to bring them up, it's helping you be a better person. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't understand. We're all one race, man. We're all one race as humans. Yeah. And I don't understand why there's all this like segregation and separation and stuff like that. We all think the same. We all, I don't know if I curse, but we all shit.
Hey man, go let it out, man. Exclamation points. Let it out.
Same shit.
Same shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of thinking different from each other? We all do the same thing. We just look different. Why wouldn't you want to look different from somebody else? I don't want to look like y'all. I look like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I gotta stand out. I gotta be something different. Yeah. I gotta have my uniqueness.
Right.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
So when it comes to your podcast and all, what have you found to be successful? So like for us, how we're recorded and dropped. And I know a lot of your stuff is live.
Yeah.
Have you done a recorded and dropped episodes also?
Yeah, I started off that way.
Okay.
But and I'm gonna actually put more out that way too. But I love the live because it challenges me. You know what I mean? And it challenges the person that I'm dealing with also.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see the honesty in people's eyes. I like to see the fall in people's. I like to see everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it can build you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I love to see things work, how things work in your body. Like I work security for most of my life, and I can stop a fight before it ever happens because I'm watching people's body language, their eyes, their movement, their talk, the way they're moving, how many drinks they've had. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I love to observe people, and to observe people, you see yourself better. You know what I'm saying? You see yourself in a whole different light. You're like, oh, I acted like that, but they're acting this way and I didn't, or they acted like that and I did. And I stopped to, you know what I mean? You see so much more when you just pay attention.
Yes,
And to be honest with you on some other stuff, you know, you can
being live was tough.
Better husband or spouse to a female if you pay attention to the female.
No, so I was fortunate enough, and I was honored to be able to be a guest on.
I loved you being there. Thank you so much.
Listen, so it's true. Being live is definitely different because it wasn't like, oh, let's ask that question again, or you know, we could cut that out. No, it was in some of the questions. It really was like, dang, I got to answer this like right now.
Well, I was prepared for you.
So no, I get it. I understand. Do you also enjoy the interaction with the viewers? So I know like they'll comment and things like that.
I'm a people pleaser too. I'm so many different type of people. That's why I like the podcast too, because I get to show my different parts. But I don't get that many viewers. It's actually growing now.
Mm-hmm.
But to see the reactions on people, like just the texting and stuff, that helps out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it also kind of critiques your work. You know, and I'm all about critiquing myself, bettering myself. So the viewers, the more I get, the better I'm going to be regardless. You know, and I like the haters, and I like the congratulators. I like them all.
Gotcha.
Right.
So what do you like when you started your podcast? What things have you changed from when you started?
Well, I used to do 6 days a week.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Man, this recording drop thing is tough. On one day you're going 6.
But what's crazy, Jason, is the fact that, and it was at different times. Like I'll get a notification. I'm like, yo, this dude is like live at 2:00 in the afternoon.
But it's too much. It's too much. If you're doing it all by yourself, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm gonna still end up doing 6 days a week, but I'd rather take my time building something first. Like I had to really check myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to, like I can't just go out and just do everything and think it's gonna be okay and try to be successful with it. I have to focus on one thing, and now I'm focusing on my Sunday project and building that. And once I build that, it gives me time the whole week to build up what I really want to do.
Gotcha.
But still work on that one project. You know what I mean? And build that. So once that's built, I'm already ready for all the other forks in the road that I wanted to go in and deal with, because I gave myself time. And I'm one of the most impatient people around, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I have to, something I have to work on. And that's the way I'm working on it. You know what I mean? By dealing with one part of the show, which is just Sunday, and it's VSOB, Various Shades of Black. And to be honest with you, I already set it up to where I'm gonna expand, because I'm building a network with Savage Com Entertainment, Savage Code of Men Entertainment, and we're already starting to branch out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be branching out into news. I'm gonna be branching out to. To be honest with you, I have a fight night, fight series coming through.
Oh wow!
Everything, all type of entertainment. It's entertainment. That's why I put entertainment for a reason, because it's just entertainment. You know what I mean? So I'm branching out slowly but surely. But I just wanted to focus on Sundays to get that to be the meat of the whole thing right now, just to get the experience on how to develop something. You know what I mean? And then branch out from there. It's tough.
Oh man, hey, I get it. I get it.
It's tough.
And I think what's real dope is the authenticity and just like the setup. So when you were for your birthday last week, it was just so neat just to see y'all set up in where were y'all in, like an Airbnb or something like that? And
it was my friend's house.
Okay. So yeah, and then they're just sitting around a kitchen table. I mean, just eating, drinking, laughing. And so, and sometimes I think they forget they have this camera set up in the corner.
Yeah.
Because the conversation sometimes can go real left, but that's what I like. It's just like you are a fly on the wall, at some homeboy's house, and it's good table talk. And sometimes I think people forget why they started things. And like you said, like you had to take a step back from all your days and say, well, let me just focus on this. But it's like, it ends up being like, oh my gosh, this has to be perfect and this has to be done. And I think like with us, with I Am the Change, we want to continue to carry on what we're doing. But we see that, it's not going to always be a perfect recording. It's not going to always be a perfect drop. But just as long as we stay at a course and continue, the mission that we started.
Right.
So yeah.
I started off like being on some OCD, like trying to make everything perfect. There's no way you can make everything perfect 6 days a week. And I realized I had to realize that this is something I'm doing. It's mine. You know what I mean? Like, so like doing the lives, I can have a little pause. It's my pause. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's mine. And I love that part of it. Like my laugh, when I take too long to laugh, it's not take too long to laugh. It's my long. It's my laugh. It's my, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of developing like something that's yours. Like, and that's what something that, like I said, it's therapy for me. It's something I needed because I went through life feeling like nothing was mine. You know what I mean? I didn't own nothing. As a man, you wanna have something that's yours, and you want to feel like you're growing and you're building something that's yours.
Right.
And I'm also learning how to be a man. You know what I mean? It's all this is therapy for me, man, and it just gets better and better every day. I just love it.
Yeah, they say iron sharpens iron, so
yeah, and to have a group of guys that follow me and work with me, that feels good also as a man. Like I'm a leader, in my establishment, in my podcast.
Because they trust you and they trust your vision.
Yeah, and they also know that I want better for them, and I'm going to preach better for them and make better for them. So it's all beauty for me, man. It's great.
Yeah. It's always good to see a group of men working together and building something. To me, that's impressive to me. They always say, black men can't work together. I'm like, we can actually work together. We just have difference of opinions. Now, if you get a group of black men that come up from different backgrounds, it's going to be kind of hard, but give them time. They'll put it together.
Definitely. Right. That's what I was going to say. Give it time. Definitely put it together.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So I'm really appreciative of you coming on and hanging out with us today. So look, I mean, I got one question though. You said you didn't like the sagging. I'm a Morris Day kind of guy. I like baggy. So I mean, I ain't sagging, like it ain't down to my ankles. But so give me one style from 82 Baby. Like what's one style that you want them to bring back that they haven't brought back? Don't say the Gumby haircut, because that's not gonna happen.
Nick Cannon tried it though.
Yeah, the Gumby ain't gonna work.
Nick Cannon tried everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't even want anybody to bring anything back. I just want black men to look classy.
Yeah.
That's all I would like. The sagging of the pants.
Yeah.
I understand. If you're 20 and lower, okay, I understand. You're still learning. Me, myself, I've never in my life. And that was due to my mother.
Yeah.
My mother was not having that at all.
No.
And I stuck to that. You know what I'm saying? I stuck to that because it's classy, man. I'm old school. Like, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah. I didn't like the look. I got some nice underwear. I'm just saying, but
yeah, I got great underwear, but I don't.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Doing the loving and the hugging in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got some great. I mean, if you want to see them, like,
right, you want to see them? That's, you know what I mean. You got a whole something.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, I mean, nice lady. We can talk about it. Dudes, nah, you can't see it. Nah.
Like if you sag your pants, your butt stick. You know what I mean? You trying to air it out. You
yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, I like classy, man. Like pants up to the waist. I love like suits, ties, bow ties. I love fit leg jeans. Whatever it may be, something that look classy, man. I don't like that. Like if you're comfortable, you want to go out real quick, the sweatsuit, whatever like that, but be clean, match. I love it. I just love being clean. You know what I mean?
I can do that.
It's not bring back, it's keep it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. Now, what's other than the sagging, man? What's one style you want them just to get rid of? I can tell you right now, I just European cut stuff. I'm not feeling it.
When did the men start wearing like the jegging things? Like, and then they try to sag those. So it's like extra tight, and then you trying to. I'm like, no. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Nah, skinny's got to go. Ugh.
Like I don't understand where that ever came from. Like if you have skinny jeans, they're supposed to be fitted. Why are you like? I don't understand. What's the point in even getting them if you're gonna sag them?
Right.
I don't understand.
Yo, I can't even get the picture of sagging.
I'm not trying to understand this new generation. I don't want to try to understand it because it's not me.
True
it's
that.
Not me. And if you wear your pants, then if they knew what all this originated from, I'm sure a lot will still do it, but a lot of them won't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it is what
Yeah,
it is.
the skinnies. Oh my gosh, the skinnies are just they irk me. But
I'm like, hey man, I don't like things touching my skin like that anyway, like being hugging all around my skin. That's why grown men don't wear spandex pants.
Oh my gosh.
But that's like skinny jeans. I would never be caught in skinny jeans at all.
Yeah.
And it's not even it's the jean itself. But then I feel like when it's a heavier set guy, I'm like, dude, like really?
Big old shirt with skinny jeans, it just look like a lollipop.
fat boy and some skinnies. That don't work well. That don't work well. He all big up top and all.
Yeah.
At the bottom. Yeah, nah, that ain't.
Your pants, like your butt must really stink. Yeah. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Nah, I can't do. I mean, I know I'm not a big shirt and tie guy, but I like nice suits, you know. But the European cut suit, I can't do it. I don't mind a nice tailored suit, but you ain't got to be all
like a chino. You're not doing that.
No, I don't want all that stuff tied to my skin. Like I'm like I don't want a whole bunch of stuff all baggaged up.
I can't have it too close.
That's like too funny. Have it too close. I like it.
Yeah, man. You know that stuff. It's too much.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So look, Jim, we always have our guests, man. We every week we ask them to give us a little nugget to help the fans hang their hat on something throughout the week, man. So give the viewers something they can hang their hat on live and direct from Jim. Give us that green light.
Well, what I would say I'm going to separate this a little bit. What I would say for men, stay on your purpose. Don't even try to preach to anybody until you get there. You know what I mean? And while you're getting there, you can speak, but stay on your purpose, man. Like, get yourself focused, and help your friends, help your man friends come up with you. That's the only way you're gonna build that community. Mm-hmm. And men love your women, but women also be patient with your man, because to be honest with you, men are like fine wine. They develop, like they're the ones that's going to develop and be more than it is when they get older. Have some patience for the men and love them like they're men. Appreciate men, please. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that's gonna get it done. All we need to do is feel like it. If a man feels like he's a man, he's gonna be the man. That's it. That's what it is.
That's dope right there, bro. That's deep.
I like that.
Yeah, that's deep right there. That is deep. I can't say thank you enough for coming on and gracing us. But tell us again, what's the name of the podcast?
Yeah, the podcast.
It's hard to look up. I want everybody to go to the YouTube. It's a Savage Calm Entertainment. SAVAGEC M Big E Entertainment. That's the way you look it up on, and it'll definitely come up. One picture, two pictures, it may not, but just click on it. I'm there, and please subscribe. It's about growth, men, code of men. The calm is for code of men, and that's where I am.
I like that.
That's dope. I do. Man, that's big.
I appreciate y'all.
Man, we got to have you back on again, man. We can.
I'm down for it.
Oh yeah, most def. We're gonna have you back on, man. Till you come back on, we can shoot you more topics since we on the same page in the skinny jeans, European cut and sagging.
Throw them away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time, definitely it'll be more. It's gonna be we're gonna shoot it off of each other. It's Yeah. So, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. You have a good one, brother.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and continue to follow us on this journey. If you were rocking with us so far, please keep on keeping on because we have a lot more amazing episodes to come. I like to thank my two amazing co-hosts, Ms. Sharice Lovett and Mr. Jason Rebin. I also like to thank our amazing guest, Mr. Jim Savage, for joining us on the show today. For all those who are tuning in tonight, thank you for joining us. And remember, our goal is not to be better than anyone, but together we can achieve better for everyone. Thank you. Have a good night.
We're gonna try to segue all those things into that regarding
At
the
school, they knew what fraternities you were in.
Definitely wasn't an easy decision. I sat down with my dad.